So AI is everywhere, right? Everyone's talking about it, but let's be real. The gap between all the hype and actually making it work for your business, well, it can feel massive. So today, let's cut through all that noise and try to build a practical roadmap for making AI a real asset for you.
You know, if you're leading a team or a business, these questions are probably the ones keeping you up at night. You can feel the potential of AI, you know it's there, but turning that feeling into a concrete plan, that's exactly where things get tricky.
And for so many organizations, that's exactly what happens. AI becomes this fascinating project for the tech team, a cool experiment, but it never makes that leap into the day-to-day operations where it can actually deliver results. It just stays stuck.
And this right here, this is what we call the AI adoption challenge. It's that huge chasm between seeing what AI could do on a screen and actually getting it to deliver real, measurable value for your business.
I mean, it starts with just being totally overwhelmed by the sheer number of tools out there. Then, those really critical questions about security pop up, and they're often so hard to answer. All this just creates a real struggle to turn exciting ideas into actual value, especially when you can't even be sure if the tools are reliable or being used responsibly.
So how do we find our way through this maze? Well, instead of chasing every new shiny tool, what we really need is a solid philosophy, something that can act as our compass, a set of principles to guide every single decision we make.
The first point on our compass is that AI has to be practical. This means every solution has to be rooted in a real business problem, not just the latest tech trend. It needs to be thoughtfully designed to solve a specific thing and solve it really well.
Second, it's got to be inclusive. AI isn't just for massive companies or coding experts. The best tools are the ones that empower your entire organization, from the sales team to HR, not just a select few in the IT department. Everyone should feel the benefit.
And finally, it absolutely must be responsible. And this can't be an afterthought you tack on at the end. No way. It means security, safety, and a clear purpose have to be baked in from day one.
So when you put these three principles together, practical, inclusive, and responsible, you get what we call practical AI. It's smart, it's secure by default, and it has a powerful impact. And the most important part? It always starts with a business need, not just a fascination with the tech itself. Now, a philosophy this focused on being practical and responsible, well, it doesn't just come from nowhere. It's actually inspired by a mindset that's grounded in Nordic values, which gives us a really powerful foundation for how to approach any new technology. And here's how that foundation is built. First, trust and transparency. That means building systems people can actually understand and rely on. Then you've got equality, making sure the benefits of AI are shared widely, not hoarded by a few. And finally, long-term thinking, which pushes us to create sustainable solutions, not just quick, temporary fixes.
Okay, so that's the philosophy. But talk is cheap, right? What does this actually look like in the real world? How do these big ideas turn into tools that you and your team can actually start using? This is where the rubber really meets the road. We can draw a direct line from each principle to a real business impact. So, the principle of being practical. That leads to things like smart automation, which directly cuts down on tedious manual work. Being responsible? Well, that means building secure AI chatbots that your customers will actually trust and feel safe using. And being inclusive? That's about creating custom AI models, tools tailored specifically to solve your unique challenges, not just some off-the-shelf software.
And this quote, it really gets to the very heart of this entire approach. The goal here isn't to replace people. It's to build tools that enhance what they already do best, empowering them to work smarter and focus on what truly matters.
See, when you clear away all that repetitive manual work, you free up your team's most valuable resource, their brain power, their creativity and intelligence. This means more time for strategy, more time for innovation, and more time for making those tough, important decisions. That is the real return on investment when you adopt AI wisely. All of this leads to one final, crucial shift in our mindset. It turns out, for the last couple of years, many of us have been asking the completely wrong question about AI adoption.
The old race was all about speed. The question on everyone's mind was, who can adopt AI the fastest? But we're learning that's the wrong race to be in. The real question, the one that leads to sustainable success, is who can adopt it wisely? And that is the ultimate goal here, is to move your business from a state of simple curiosity about AI, maybe a little bit of confusion, to a place of genuine confidence, creating a future where AI is something you can trust, you can understand, and you can truly benefit from.
So I'll just leave you with this to think about for your own organization. Are you just caught up in the race to adopt AI fast, or are you taking the thoughtful steps to adopt it wisely?